Hey Puzzle Combaters, so it's still Catterday for a couple more minutes, where I am anyway. So Monster Island has been on again. We are getting down to the last little bit here. So I thought I'd go over a couple of things that we've found out or that other people within the gaming community have found and calculated kind of some stats here. Alright, so this won't be as long as my other video, that's for sure. So, you've got 9 sectors, A through I, and then you've got 1 through 9. And it's a good setup, really, I like it. So, there's approximately 30 hexagons per sector type of thing, but as you can see on our map here, the water blocks basically out the edges, so you don't have to open up the whole entire map. We had a heck of a time finding our last treasure chest though, so we did end up opening up quite a bit of it. Last time we didn't have to open up as much because we got our treasure chests before, so that saved us on some energy there because 25 per hexagon. That's just gross. I wish it wasn't so high. It would be, even if they lowered it just to 20, I think some of the smaller alliances would be able to get to more treasure chests and get some more loot so they can grow, right? I don't know. I find that kind of a harsh price tag myself, but they haven't changed it, so SG in their infinite wisdom is probably going to leave this event pretty much like it is. They fixed a bunch of the bugs though, so you can go onto a horde and attack it even if someone else is there, which is good. So if I had other teammates on here, that would be alright because I could still attack and they could still attack without it disappearing on them and losing the energy. Because the first 2 times I think this event ran, the first time for sure it did this, and then the second time I think it did too, where you couldn't have more than one person on the monsters, and it was just screwing people over because it was using up their Wii and then it would disappear on them. Or if somebody defeated it, like it would kick them out of the game, or if somebody defeated it and attacked at the same time, it would still take the Wii of both players, which really sucked. So they seem to have fixed that bug, so that's awesome. What we were doing is what I just did. I moved a square hexagon over. That's how we were getting around it the last couple times, but we don't seem to have to do that anymore, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so again, you can go into examine mode here, and this is just kind of how I scroll through everything. So, yellow, relic chest. There's another relic chest down there. So we didn't open some of them. We went straight for the treasure chests. We did open a couple relic chests, but not too many. And then you got the small red dot is a horde. And then over here, scroll some more. There you got your apex predators, which we didn't attack too many of them, but we've taken out quite a number of them, which is good. So it's approximately 2,400 squares altogether, but as you can see with the edges of where the water goes on the map, you're only opening up about 70% of the map total, and these sections here with the darker green are parts that within that we didn't open up here either. So we're not going to bother with that anymore because we got our 10 treasure chests. Now we're just putting in points. See, this is a horde that'll respawn in 20 minutes, so that's good. And then there's another apex predator here. We're working on this guy because we can get him. And then you can click on this stuff too when you're in examine mode, so don't forget that. That's cool to do. And then you can see that he's blue there, and you can see his remaining health, and what an ugly frog he is. Oh, So annoying. This is the worst one. I don't like fighting this one. I like fighting the purple bat or the yellow kaiju. Those are the ones I like personally. So you see I got Anastasia in my lineup here for armor. I use this team quite a bit for the blue apexes when we took on a blue one. And just charged her up right at the beginning. Takes one of those and two of those, and she's charged. And that puts armor on everybody to help. This guy helped with his speed up, eh? He does that small amount of charge when receiving damage, so that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, the three in the middle there were my hitters, so that wasn't too bad of a team, actually, to take on the blue apex, so considering I don't have Blunderbutt either. Alright, so now you want to take on quite a few apexes for a couple different reasons, guys. This guy will drop another key. I mean, we got our 10 treasure chests, so it's not too bad, but the apexes, there's approximately 30 keys altogether that'll be dropped, and 20 of them come from the apexes, looks like. So that's a good thing to take these out. And there's also the points total, which is like 240k, which is awesome, right? As opposed to the hordes. Where is a horde anyway? I'll go way over here. Okay, so the hordes, you do 4 waves of 20, and it's only 97.80 per. So 4, that's not even 40k. So 97.80 each time. Now, it's a good way to make your energy last longer, though, because the first time you attack a horde, it's only 10 energy to do that. So in the beginning, if you've opened up a lot right away and there's all kinds of hordes, you could bounce from horde to horde if they're in close enough proximity to each other. See, we have 3 here. And you'd only be spending 10 energy each time, attack the 3 of them once, and then move on to something else if you like, and open up the board a little bit if it's still at the beginning of the event, maybe. You know, it's kind of neat actually to do that, and it really spreads out your Wii, so or your energy in this case, so you can keep on going a lot longer. And then a teammate can come behind you and do the same thing, and then another teammate. So something to think about for sure, if you can get the organization to it. We did really well this time with organizing that part of it, and we have a few teammates that were away actually and not participating. It's still summertime and people are on vacation, right? So that's what we found helped us out this time around, just to kind of stretch that out a lot more. I didn't score very well in this event, but I'm okay with that because I was the only one online when the event started, so I opened up tiles. So yes, you do get some points from opening up the hexagons, but not nearly as much, right, from attacking and the hordes and that sort of thing. So there's another relic chest, and then there's another horde down there. So if you kind of do that with your first few energy refills, you can probably bounce around a lot and accumulate a lot of points that way while stretching your energy out. So definitely something to think about, guys. That was pretty cool, actually, that some of my teammates managed to do that in both alliances too, because we got people away and happy weirdos as well, because this is, again, it's summertime and, you know, just everybody needs a break from life, that's for sure. So I thought that was cool, though, that some of my teammates sort of did the calculation on this and then just kind of hopped around And see, I attacked these hordes last. This one that's right by my avatar there, and there's one down here somewhere. Where is it? No, that's not the one I attacked. But I attacked two that were in close proximity to each other, and just kind of moved off of them after so somebody else could attack. So just to use up the last of my energy. Alright, what else was there? So the apex predators drop all those keys, but the hordes only actually drop 10 between them all. So yeah, hordes are good for accumulating some points if you kind of do it like that, where you're bouncing around to the different ones. However, it's great to get those hordes, but they're only going to drop 10 keys in total throughout the event. So yes, you definitely need to hit the hordes, but the 10 keys is kind of low, right? Especially if you're an alliance that likes opening a lot of relic chests to have the help of and the buffs of the relics. Then you're gonna have to keep that in mind, because you still need to go for a lot of the apex predators. And I suppose in one way the relic chests help with the apex predators too, right? So with, you know, attack up or the minions, the minion relic, whatever the case may be. The minion one's kind of cool, actually. It seems to help quite a bit. So that's good. We got a couple of those. So, alright, so that is, I think that's all I wanted to chat about, was just sort of some more stats and sort of strategies that we've noticed as we're going along. Yeah, and we were generally speaking, what we're doing is having everybody concentrate on just one or two of these guys at a time. And then as we take them out, we move on to a different one. And so we just took out a purple bat and a yellow kaiju, so we moved on to this guy. We didn't really start bothering to attack any of the apexes until we figure out which ones we want to get gone, and then we'll move on to another one and another one. So that requires a lot of communication though, but if you're in a good alliance that does communicate a lot, it's a pretty neat event, I gotta say. It really is. So these are the ones that we got for the relics this time. The minion ones we got in Happy Weirdos. We didn't open up one that ended up being a minion one here, but they are cool. I mean, they do help. But just keep that in mind that there's only 30 keys altogether, so it depends on what your alliance can get done in total. So, especially for the smaller alliances or the ones that are still building a lot of teams. Like, there's still some of my teammates here in Farmed and Dangerous that are still building up 30 heroes for war, etc. But generally speaking, we're a lot more better built up for depth than we were when this event first started. So it's pretty cool to see that progression, I gotta say. So we got an attack one, a defense one. The charge generation is awesome, especially when you can combine that with somebody else, like, what's his name there? The cowboy, Wyatt and Jocasta, and those ones that have a charge generation written into their special, so that's pretty cool. And then the extra health every 5 turns, of course, that helps. That absolutely helps with a little bit, but it helps with the apex predators, especially because I was using Bridget for some of this event too before I used my Anastasia. And because I don't have many armor heroes at all, and that helped keep them alive a little bit longer, right? So, and then 5% charge generation every 5 turns. So we got, I think those are pretty good. Like, they do benefit everybody, so. But yeah, just keep in mind what you can do. And to get those, I'm sure the bigger alliances get all 30 keys, which is fine. There's a lot of more players with a lot more depth and have put a lot more money into it. Like, I keep this account pretty much free to play all the time. The only thing I buy on any kind of a regular basis is that gold deal that comes out once a quarter, where everybody in the alliance benefits from it. So that's about it for me with this account. Well, pretty much with my main account too. This isn't something I want to keep soaking money into. I want to have some fun with the heroes that I already have. So, all right, folks. So take off examine mode there. You want to put examine mode on when you're exploring though, because if you don't, you can accidentally waste your energy by accidentally double clicking, and then you're roaming to a spot you didn't want to go. So use the search here, use the magnifying glass. It's awesome. And I leave this up quite often, the map, so I can see the entire thing at once and kind of where we're going. When we were trying to figure out where the chest was, I was like saying to the guys, I'm like, down here, look at all this. Whoever's in this area, start opening this up, because we had a lot more darker green spots than we do now. And then sure enough, we did find it. I think in G7 was the last chest. We found it somewhere in here. So alrighty folks, so there's some more strategy for this event. I think this is a good one. I like this one, and the amount of loot seems to be decent, whereas other events it's not that great, to be quite honest. So alright, I need some more weapons parts here, so I'm gonna do this just to end off the video. Alright, this is my Weaponsmith 10 here. It's only got 3, but here we go. Oh good. I need, oh sweet, that is awesome. I need red parts. Holy shit, a reptilian. Oh, right on. I don't know what it is with this account, but I'm very lucky with weapons. Not so lucky on the hero part of it though. Almost got Emma done. After the last time I emptied out my TS20, it was really funny. The next one out, it was a couple hours after I did the last video on it, and I'm like, oh well, alright, I'll just check it. It's gonna be a 3-star feeder. Nope, it was Emma. So she's almost done. So I finally got my second 5-star green after, oh, I don't even know how long I've been playing this account, but quite a while. So okay, you guys are all feeders for Emma. She'll be ready for war tomorrow. Woohoo! She'll be at 100. Yep, all feeders for Emma. That's okay. I was really happy to get her. And then about two more heroes after that, I decided to turn the ones that I had in again, and I can't even believe it, but I ended up getting Powell. So I started on him as well. Because that's the thing is, ballistic armors, I have them coming out the wazoo because this damn game would not give me a second 5-star green, so I have enough to do them both. So I'm very, very excited about that. So that's pretty cool. So if you're struggling with TS20, just stick with it. It does turn them out. It's just not always the ones you want because I've fed away several Anastasias. But finally, after all this time, I finally got a couple extra 5-star greens now that I didn't have before. So that's pretty cool. Just have some patience, guys, especially if you're grinding. If you're cheap to play and free to play, don't worry about it so much. Just keep grinding and grinding. It'll pay off eventually. So alrighty folks, have yourselves a good night.